Are we about to start?
Danny's back from peeing.
Yeah.
I am here.
Can we keep that in?
Hello and welcome to the D&D, which is happening on time this week, on the day we designated for D&D Day. Ghost is here, Danny's here, Dawn here, Sky here. Hello. Why am I still doing the intro? Why the fuck has Ghost not taken over? I said the F word in like the first 10 seconds. Oh god, we're gonna get demonetized. Oh god, oh jeez, oh boy, oh ha. Why has Ghost not taken over?
Welcome back to D&D, because your intro was funnier than anything I can come up with today. So, Conference of the Gods, yes.
Actually, we're in the kitchen, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, we're... No. When we left off, we were in Tay's office.
Yeah.
Well, oh no, y'all were. I was a deflated tree
You
boy.
were a deflated balloon in a tree.
Yeah, you were deflated in a tree. And
He was like one of those Mylar balloons that, like, you see for, like, birthdays or whatever, like the big silvery ones. But he's just, like, sad and...
Today I learned the word Mylar.
Yeah, he's just sad and deflated in the tree.
I'm
gonna
not
say,
sad.
that's slightly less menacing than,
But you
like,
look
a deflated parade balloon.
Have you seen a deflated balloon? They just look sad.
But I'm not sad.
You're not feeling sad, but you
I
just
told
look
Eden
sad.
to use birth control, thank you very much.
And Jemima died.
No, you weren't there.
She was there.
Not when I told Eden.
Yeah,
You
she
died
was.
when Fairlax told you.
No, she was there for both. Remember? That was when she buried herself in the ground and sounded like a tea kettle.
I think God is trying to hurry us up.
Well, then God shouldn't have been pissing for 6 minutes!
Continue, Danny.
So, where we last left off, yes, you four were in you guys were up in Tay's office.
Yep.
Gineye was deflated in a tree and watched Eden walk off with a group of monks.
That's right.
About 7 monks in total. One of which looked very young and kind of more like...
It was Adrian. It was Adrian.
Young, nervous, really doesn't want to be here.
A twink.
Yeah, really doesn't want to be near where, the people who caused him so much trauma are.
Oh, he doesn't know that, though.
Oh, no.
He's happy to be here because he's with Eden.
Oh, I forgot I have to fight him.
Eden? That's weird.
No. Adrian's honing in on my man.
Eden can only have one sip.
Oh. Hey,
So-
Danny, did we rule that I know who Adrian is?
No.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Because we were told the stories, but we never met him.
If you were told the stories, I'll give you just a general insight check.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I'll wait. I'll bide my
Roll
time.
insight.
No.
Yes.
No.
Alrighty?
Yes.
Crit, eventually a strong gust blows you out of the tree.
What the fuck? I'm not airborne.
You were deflated in a tree, remember?
Yeah,
shaken
on
loose.
purpose.
Okay, just stay in the tree then.
Wait, you don't want to go sailing through the air like a deflated balloon?
No, if I wanted to do that, I'd be a cloud.
Okay, then I guess jumping over to the other team. I'm assuming you're walking down from Tay's office.
Probably.
Do we have a schedule
I
of
think
when...
we finished talking to him because, like,
Yeah, I think so.
I forget exactly what we ended off on.
We showed him the assassin's body. And
Yeah.
That's the last I remember.
It's been 2 weeks.
3.
It has been 3 weeks.
I blame Sky personally, but
I blame Ghost.
I blame Ghost and Sky.
I'm a problem.
Wait, what did Ghost do?
Nothing. But I blame Ghost.
Can we technically... Hey, why is there a skeleton in the kitchen?
The Bony Boys.
Oh, okay.
The Bony Boys are on the top left. They're this little green square that we can barely...
Those are
see.
Necrons, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, fuck, I can't believe his name is Storage!
They get laser guns?
They're Necrons!
Okay. But so, I guess the few, as you were leaving Tay's office,
Yep.
you guys were confirmed the conference is in 2 days. They're just waiting on one more delegate.
What
Well,
do we
that's
do for 2
interesting.
days?
To be precise, he ran into some trouble finding some of the stuff the delegate was asked to bring.
Hmm.
So it put him behind about 2 days.
Well then.
Are they
Well-
traveling quickly, or can we speed it up by picking them up in the cart?
No, unfortunately, they're transporting some cargo. I don't know the reports. I personally don't like the report.
What do you not like about the report?
I don't know what they're transporting.
Bodies.
No, it wouldn't be bodies.
Well, last time...
Maybe they
some-
brought us a
doesn't do that.
dog.
See, last time something was transported here, it was in fact Eden's body.
Yeah. And I mean, we literally just brought a body up to Tay's office.
That too.
Like,
So glad you all ignored me. He shrugged it off.
what?
You didn't say anything, Danny.
I most certainly did.
I didn't hear anything.
I have a recording, Danny. It did not come through.
Hmm. I'll say it one more time. Hamato doesn't do that.
I was so
Wait.
ready for him to not transmit a second time when he took that long. Also, plot device!
Also, yeah, like, wasn't he dead?
Your
No, no,
master's
no, no,
gone.
no. Your master's gone. The other one, this world's Hamato, is alive.
Hey.
He was the one that you kept fighting with.
Right.
Because
Figures
he
he's
wanted you
late.
dead.
Crit,
Yeah.
roll a perception check for me.
Yeah.
Dang.
16.
Ninth? Oh, is it
Okay.
not with my eyes?
Oh, it is with your eyes, so 19. Know them. Roll a D5.
Oh, yeah?
/ roll 1d5.
Do believe Roll20 took exception to me typing that. Wait, slash or exclamation point? Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's slash.
Well, it's not happy about me doing it right anyway. Okay, 4.
Okay, as you're walking through, you see two very familiar cloaked figures escorting a cloaked figure that's not as familiar. You instantly recognize as those are two of the automatons from the capital.
2 automatons from the capital. Descriptive.
Go down and beat them up.
The suits that were being piloted by demons.
Oh!
Yeah, the ones we fought.
How far away from me?
With your eyes, 300 feet.
Cool. I'm gonna,
They are escorting another person.
what do they look like?
As you see them, they turn and they look you dead in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Completely robed with it's not quite a midnight blue, but it's a bit lighter. Completely porcelain mask with a question mark on it.
Is that who the person they're escorting is, or the mannequins? Yeah. Okay.
And they look at you, tilt their head, and walk away and continue on their path.
I was gonna say, is that the fucking Riddler?
No, the Riddler's green. This one's blue.
Sorry,
For a half second.
Is it the
when-
Quizler?
For a half second, when Ghost wrote
There.
the Riddler, I read that
Red.
as the Diddler and got very concerned.
I'm going to use seeming. And I'm going to make myself look, like an elf with a face.
Okay.
Something you wouldn't be too concerned about seeing in a tree.
Oh, thank you for linking the spell.
Did you need seeming?
Nope, I'm good.
And I'm going to trail them.
Okay.
From a respectable distance, for I can see them from very far away.
I mean, once you're out of the tree, you don't have your high point anymore, and they're gone.
What?
They saw you, they continued walking. Once you're out of the tree, you no longer have your high vantage point to keep track of them.
Squirrels.
Are you saying there's
you can't
one
fly anymore.
tree in the entirety of Sylvanstand?
Well, I'm assuming you got stuck on the main tree.
Okay. Dang, I was high up.
I was assuming he was in like a smaller tree.
Yeah, same here.
That was my
I mean,
assumption.
sure, but once you're out of the tree, like all the trees in Sylvanstan are fucking massive due to Sylvanas' influence.
Okay, I lost him. Okay. What do you want me to do about it, God?
Do you have other ways to track them?
You can just walk around asking if anyone's seen the Riddler.
No, it's the Quizler.
Quizler, there you go.
The closest thing to a tracking spell I have is Disintegrate.
How is that tracking?
Well, if there's nothing in between me and them, I can see them. But that's about it, if I'm being honest.
Doing okay, Dawn?
He's making me choke on my salad.
Gineye's not built for tracking! That's supposed to be Sky's job!
I'll give you another thing. As you're walking by, or as you're climbing down, you see these three, or no, let me check. Was there 3 or was there 4? Okay, you see 4 extremely large, like orc-sized humans, just stopping at a shop and carrying off like 2 kegs each.
Oh, somewhere in Sylvansand there's a party.
Am I the police?
Nope.
Are we getting ready for a night of hard drinking?
Nope, just that's interesting things you see.
I guess I'll go climb up the main tree and look for people. I don't fucking know.
You can climb up the main tree and poke your head into Tay's office and scare the crap out of him again.
I'm saving that for later. If I do it too much, you'll get desensitized to it.
Well, the next time you might be naked. Again.
And?
So I assume the rest of you start to leave Tay's office.
Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if there's nothing else we can participate in investigating the assassin.
Tay thinks it's pretty open and cut here.
Open and shut.
No, it's open and cut.
He's being dissected on this table, so he's
Yeah.
We'll put it under a zone of truth and see what some clerics can get out of it.
You know, I never realized stacking Zone of Truth and, like, temporarily Talk to Dead would be a good combination, but that seems
I think Zone of Truth explicitly doesn't work on the undead.
I will let you know.
I can let you know just as fast.
I mean, they also have clerics that can revive people.
A creature. Yeah, it specifies a creature. Speak to undead doesn't make a creature. It just makes remains talk to you. Now, if you bring them back to life, on the other hand...
I said they have clerics, they can do that.
Yeah.
And they're Sylvanstan clerics, so they're just as good at reversing that back to life.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, yeah, I know we
Are they
just
clerics or
revived you,
druids?
but you know, just
Clerics.
Fuck. Be kind of funny to hit him
disintegrate.
with a reincarnate.
But so, as you guys are leaving, you pass by a window, you see Gineye, like,
No,
sitting in...
no,
in-
no. I am an
Why?
elf.
Oh, you actually did cast Seeming?
Yeah, I said I cast Seeming and make myself look like a generic elf.
Okay. You see this random generic-ass elf just in the tree.
Danny, are you leaning back?
Yes, he is.
Yes, I am.
Would it be racist of us to assume that's normal?
It'd be racist if you didn't assume they're coming for the leaves. Because if you remember, Gineye did tell you. Gineye did tell you that elves eat leaves. How would Zuradar feel about that, Sky?
Did I believe you at the time?
I think you were dead at the time.
I don't think he was listening at the time. Like, he wasn't dead. This was during the bit where we were staying.
At the same time, this is the first time you've been an elf.
It is the first time we've been an elf.
So you don't know about your own
it's not
history.
It's not every day that you get to just be an elf.
Just, you know, holler out the window, hope your snack's good.
I'm sorry, actually, that's a false statement.
What?
So the way Zuradar's race changed, basically snapped Fellborn out of existence and replaced him with Greencloak.
I'm a whole new person, baby.
You,
Baby?
to
Wait,
your
was this
eyes,
like D&D itself changed race listings?
no,
or-
no. To him,
Oh.
he has always been.
Oh, this is
The
just a
person
different
he is.
universe. Yo, we killed Zuradar!
It's the same Zuradar. It's just due to the coin. The coin was actually Origin. It changed that one little detail. All the events were still the same. It's just he was no longer a tiefling.
But people
Throughout
do. But you just said. But Danny. But remember when this happened, you said no one recognized him because this was the first time they saw him as an elf.
To him,
It didn't change you
to
guys.
him-
It didn't change
your guys'
Mm.
perception didn't change.
So you're saying
His
it
did.
was the coin of Chim.
Isn't it Kim?
Kim. Sorry.
I don't get the reference. I'm sorry.
It's Elder Scrolls. Don't worry about it.
Elder Scrolls were like
When you change reality with Kim, it retroactively changes reality. Cyrodiil, you know, the Empire capital, used to be jungles until Tiber Septim used Kim to make it not jungles, but then it was not jungles for all of time.
Yeah, but it only affects the perception of one person.
dang.
I am gonna
So it's
grab some
personal
leaves,
Kim.
Danny. As she has yelled, "Hope you're enjoying the snack." I am going to grab some leaves while I'm here.
Okay.
Just
Didn't
picturing-
Tay tell you to stop doing that?
I'm not. He
just
told
picturing
Gineye to stop doing
Sylvanas,
that.
like poking his head out of the tree and going, "Stop that!"
He told Gineye to stop that.
Frickin' tourists always want a leaf off the tree.
So, crit, roll a deck save. You were told to stop.
This isn't Gineye.
An offshoot of the branch sprouts, grows rapidly, and stabs you through the heart.
I mean,
And
you
You just watch as this body is stabbed from behind and falls out of the tree limb.
Jemima screams.
Huh.
As you just watch a face pop out of the tree.
No. Danny, as a note, I am committed. I am going to lay here for the next 8 hours.
I told him not to, and he just the tree bark turns back to normal.
Jemima has definitely screamed very loud at this.
You just watch Sylvanas kill a man.
So what do the crowds do as they watch someone fall out of the tree?
Bleeding from an
Make-
open wound in the
Make
heart.
a wide berth and stay away from the tree.
Yeah, just the falling from the tree is a dead elf with an open chest wound.
So
And
it's
a
not
handful of
technically.
leaves.
It's technically not open. The branch broke off at a point.
Oh, so the branch is just
For
in.
anyone who's watched Naruto,
Danny, I'm sorry, no one's watching Naruto. People only watch Boruto these days. Danny,
Like-
we know what impaling looks like, Danny!
long story short, one branch goes in, and then it sprouts into an actual big branch, and limbs come out all over.
Ow.
Damn.
I'm committed to the bit. I'm laying dead on the ground.
Yeah, the people around know what that means, and they're just like, nope.
We're not dealing with that.
It is like New York. They just walk around.
Hands up. You see someone gets a big stick and grabs a branch and just chucks you into a corner. It's fertilizer now.
Assassin!
What, Danny?
He's fertilizer now.
Jemima's convinced we've had another assassin attempt.
I'm laying here for the next 8 hours.
Have fun.
Well, was there
Counts as
anything?
a short rest, I guess.
Long rest.
Was there anything that we needed to do in these next 2 days? Are we just gonna?
Not
Party.
anger the factions that have come for the meeting.
Not
We're
into
just
the
gonna
factions is a very good
party with the
idea.
primordials?
There's this little
We-
tiny part of me that's like really curious about that cousin of Eden's, but I know he said basically don't bother with her. So I don't know if I should just stay away.
Yeah, but since when have we ever listened to Eden?
We probably should go back and check on the kids.
That is
And
true.
maybe True Sight to make sure there's not 5 assassins with us right now.
Does anyone in this group have True Sight still?
I don't know. Do I still have the tiara, Danny?
You do.
Is it equipped? I don't remember.
I thought you could turn it on and off at will now.
It's no longer cursed, right?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was equipped or not.
Yeah, because I remember we were talking about it being decursed or whatever.
You don't have
Yeah, no, it's
anything
no
else in
longer
the helmet
cursed.
spot.
What, Danny?
No longer cursed, so you can take it off now.
Right. I guess I can just put it on, attune to it again.
And then make a thorough sweep of the people staying in our in our
The
cart.
other benefit of no longer being Fellborn.
Which is?
He looks better in a tiara.
No, the curse specifically said Fellborn.
He doesn't have ED anymore.
Yeah, that's what he was getting at.
Ah.
But so I guess crit.
Hmm.
As you lay there lifeless, would you like to roll a perception check?
Yeah, sure.
What was that? Did you punch something?
He just slapped his energy can.
As you are laying there, you watch in the middle of the night as a cart with Tears symbol on it pulls to the front of the main entrance of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
You watch as Amato and 2 other large knights dismount from the front, walk to the back, unlock it, and you watch as they grab somebody from out of the back of the cart. He is chained by his legs and hands. There's a burlap sack over his face. He's wearing fancier clothes, but they have him like bride carrying under both arms. And they drag him into the tree.
Investigate. Be rope.
I will turn into Slither Rope. And I tail. Unless you're about to say that I lose them because they rounded a corner.
No, the issue is
Okay.
there's no seams now.
Okay, I'm going back to the pile. Going back to being fertilizer.
Fine.
What, you want me to... Alright, I'm gonna start cutting the tree down!
That's definitely something you could do. You could try to bore and you know how deep it is.
Sylvanas' tree?
So Faunus would kill you again.
The man who just shoved a spike through me?
Yeah.
I'm going back to being
There's no
fertilizer.
ways in?
Wait, how deep do I know it is?
Yeah, you know it's about a foot deep.
Oh, I can see. Never mind.
Find
Never
a
mind.
window.
There's no seams, he said. If there was a window, I would just break the window.
There's a window.
Go through the window.
What do I see through the window?
You see who you clearly recognize as Hamato. They take this person into Ember's vault, and you watch as Ember locks the door behind them and sits back down at his desk and begins reading.
Is Ember kidnapping a man?
I'm just gonna sit up at the window. I'm gonna coil my body up there. And just watch and wait. Because I know how to open that vault.
Yep. You just watch as, like, he's just there. He has a cup of tea. His back is to you. He's not even looking at the window. He's just flipping through a book.
How long am I gonna have to... I'm saying I'm waiting.
Okay.
Till anything happens.
Okay, you watch as, like, he grabs his wand, points at his head, and you watch as, like, he just jitters.
Wait, one sec. Stop leaning backwards. We can always hear it, Danny.
He takes his wand, points to to his temple. You can't hear him because of the glass. You like hear muffle,
Mm-hmm.
And you watch as like his entire body jitters, and he's just continues going.
Okay.
For a second there, I thought he was about to drill a hole in his head.
No, he just did the thing that Tay does, where he doesn't
Yeah.
need to sleep.
until you see the sun starts to rise.
Okay.
Oddly enough, they never came back.
Kidnapping ring.
Alright, they're sex traffickers, got it.
Kidnapping or extortion or I don't know, but something's hinky.
Something you do know. You do know that two of Tay's paladins come and take the cart and go and take it to a garage.
Okay.
So that cart is no longer there.
What do you want me to do? Am I the police?
Nope, I'm just letting you know it. I'm just letting you know it's gone.
I'm going home.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, has there been any results on True Sight on
everything
children?
came back perfectly
Everything's fine.
You guys came home, you looked them all over. Everyone's clean.
Real Joe is accounted for.
Eat is real.
Yes.
Eat.
Real Joe is real.
Did we check Eat?
Eat's fine.
Thank you. Double checking.
I forgot he was there.
Yeah. See,
He's got his own room.
it was on room.
Yeah. So Sky, what are you making for breakfast as Crit walks back in?
Buttered toast.
Boring. Waffles.
The halfling demands waffles.
Buttered
I guess
toast
Dawn
cut
is
in
up
half.
early.
The halfling has demanded waffles.
I'm gonna make you a waffle out of buttered toast.
No, if the halfling has to figure out how to make waffles on her own, the halfling will figure out how to make waffles on her own. They may come out horribly. She will be touching all of your stuff.
Okay, I'll make waffles. Whatever.
I will help. Can I help?
No.
Oh, you don't need help anyway.
Easily done. Luckily, when you bought all your tools, you bought these two weird things. Or you bought a frying pan with like a gridded bottom. And then you have a gridded press that goes on top of it.
So I have a waffle press, is what you're saying.
You have a hand waffle press.
Okay. Eat.
I will take waffles.
I
I
will
come
enjoy
again?
some buttered toast.
As you watch Alice, Kurdek, and Eden all walk out from the back of the cart.
Oh god.
Hi! There's waffles!
Oh, smells good. I'll take 12.
Which one, Kurdek or Eden?
Kurdek.
Oh, I guess I'll
Figured.
make more waffles then.
So here's a question about species. Kurdek's a bugbear with multiple
Yes.
arms, right?
No,
No.
Oh.
just two.
Okay,
They're
never
like
mind.
they're like big hairy goblins.
Okay, I thought they had a second set of arms. Never mind
Nah.
then. I was wondering if, they were eating waffles with both hands at once.
Well, I mean, he probably would eat with,
If he had an extra
Both
set of arms, he
hands.
would.
well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he could probably also do just both regular arms too. Like, he's a bugbear. He doesn't need to worry about table manners.
True.
He has big meaty paws.
He's stolen people's clothes before, remember? I don't think he's really concerned about, like, manners. And by people, I mean Eden. It's really quiet in here.
I pissed off Crit. Hello?
Well, what happens after breakfast?
Everyone sits down, they enjoy their meal. Eden says that the last delegate actually showed up last night.
Oh,
So the big it's happening today.
Gotcha.
are you looking forward to it being over?
A little.
So you can wear your normal clothes?
Do you have like a list of everyone who's here?
Yes, I do.
Is it classified?
No, I can say this much. We have delegates from the Platinum Legion, Holy Justice, Title Colonies, Hidden Groves, Walkers of the Light. Mal's marks are even here. That's a little concerning.
Who?
Mal's marks.
Oh.
It's you all should remember Mal, correct?
Yeah.
He points at Alice,
Oh.
Okay.
on the other side we also have someone from the Black Kings even showed up. That's even scarier.
So basically, sit quietly in my corner and don't pick fights with anybody.
Hey, don't pick fights with any of these people.
Yeah, the
I don't
Primordials
intend to.
are okay to pick fights with because they're They at least won't kill you. The gods might, though.
The primordials probably would kill you, though.
Even V is sending somebody here.
Who?
V?
F-I?
No, just V.
Oh, letter V.
The...
The
Do I have to roll something to know what he's
If he
talking
sent
about?
it out, it's probably no name.
Did I roll like intelligence or something to figure out what he's talking about? No.
No name or nowhere? I think it was no name.
No, it was nowhere.
It was nowhere?
Oh!
Nowhere the imp?
Oh, Virgil!
ah,
Right?
Yeah.
Was I not supposed to say the name?
Yeah, he prefers it not being said.
Okay. Things to know in
And if we're
future.
talking about him as in people who don't know him.
Yeah.
I
know him.
Oh great, they showed up.
Who?
The Crux and Canitas.
the who, the what now?
Oh, they're harmless as long as you don't look them in the eyes.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not, it's Incognus.
Is he looking at like a sheet of paper?
Yeah,
He's
He has
sitting
a
down or
little-
standing up?
he has a little notebook. He's just flipping through, sitting down.
I want to look over his shoulder. Or try to.
Roll perception.
Kind of keeping an eye on things.
What are you trying to appear?
Just, reading through, see if there's anything he's like deliberately skipping. Or not, like.
Or since we don't know the official faction names of
Uh,
anyone we've
yeah.
pissed off in our
So
adventures.
he has his hand over one part of the sheet, like his thumb. It looks like half the sheet has the actual, like, where they're from. The other half has their names. So you can't see names.
Well, dang.
But once we're done eating here, we should I'll lead you all to the gathering room.
Should I dress up for this? I probably should, right?
It's up to you. Best gear, probably. Dress too fancy and they'll think you're just posing.
Yeah, but if I dress down, then I'm disrespecting them.
Yes, but if you also dress too up, who knows what Evil will do.
Just
Who?
your armor is pretty fancy already, Jemima. So you may just want to vibe with that.
Also, while we said we wouldn't be picking any fights, in case we do, being geared up is not a bad idea.
Please don't. These people are on Tay's level at least each.
Oh yeah, if we pick a fight here, we're dead. So I don't plan on getting in any fights. Unless Monty's here, I might punch Monty.
No, Monty couldn't show.
Okay.
This is only about half of our collective. Couple individuals just didn't want to show up or didn't have the time to.
Right.
Is it a large enough that we can actually come to a decision that would work
Yes.
for everyone? Okay.
This is about half, so it's majority. But don't worry, we know we have one vote on your side at least. As he pats Kurdek on his back.
Right.
You may want to keep those coming.
Keep what coming? The waffles?
Pancakes, eat the waffles.
We're bribing
very
him
much
with the waffles for his vote.
He literally,
you
he
are
literally
key
like
to this
finishes
vote.
chewing. He's like, "Are you insinuating you bribe me with food?"
Would you like more waffles?
Yes, I would very much like more waffles.
Yeah, I haven't left the kitchen. I've just been yelling across the hallway as I'm overhearing their conversation.
You just haven't stopped making waffles.
Yeah.
But is there any questions you'd like to, or you have it all, or?
Is
I don't
the
know what
entire
kind of
situation known, or is this one of those ones where we have to, like, convince people with a speech thing?
Hmm?
Do they know what uh the meeting's all about, or do we have to convince people?
They will be starting. The way it works is the speaker of wherever we've chosen to assemble. In this case, it would be Tay. Would talk of what's going on, brief overview, and then all of you will have a chance to speak. They have one representative on the floor with you, basically pitching. It's devil's advocate. If I remember correctly, he's like flipping through his notes. It's going to be Master Kefkin on the floor with you.
Did I know him?
Do I know who that is?
You guys do not recognize this name at all.
Okay.
Who all remembers Adrian?
I do.
Who?
Yes. It's his master.
Oh. How is
Oh,
Adrian
tough
doing? Has he
crowd.
recovered any from...
He's been taking a few missions here and there. He still doesn't like to go too far from the woods.
I would assume so. I am very sorry we kind of screwed that boy up.
Yeah.
Scarred him for life.
But if any of you have any questions about this area, he's also the one to ask. I've been around. I've been listening. I know what you guys are thinking about.
You read minds,
Especially-
don't you?
A little.
Alright.
Oh yeah, what am I thinking right now?
You really want to stop making waffles?
Well, he's good.
You're not wrong.
I can just get surface things.
I guess I
Can't
need to
read
be more
Gineye, though.
careful.
You can't read Gineye?
I cannot.
Well, I mean,
Is there anything
Wait, are you
up
here?
there?
Right.
Who's dead?
Fell asleep even with a monster in him.
Alrighty, welcome back.
Eh.
But so, if you guys don't have any other questions,
Can't think of anything. I don't even know what I'm doing for this whole thing. I'm still kind of confused, but I'll roll with it. With
Alrighty
other
then.
people to do the talking, maybe.
Alrighty then. Whenever you're ready, I will take you guys to the council room.
Should we
To the
find
meeting
Gineye?
hall. Is Pip joining us, or?
I doubt Pip wants to come sit in a boring, stuffy meeting.
Probably not.
Do we have Gineye? I wear him like a feather boa.
You just have
Like a
rope draped
what?
around your neck?
Can I just wear Gineye like a feather boa? This rope monster draped over my shoulders because apparently he doesn't want to participate in things.
If I'm going, I'm bringing fives.
Bring fives, please.
Fives is actually big enough now that you could ride them.
I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say to me?
And then
Does
Gineye
fives
never
have-
walked again.
He's how big?
About half your size now.
I'm
But
not gonna
he's
ride a
all muscle.
dog.
He's all muscle.
He can walk next to me instead of me carrying them.
Okay.
Because six
Unless
needs
fives
to
is-
come.
Unless Fives is one of those, like, dogs that really love being held even though they're way too big.
I just had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Before we leave, I'm going to run into the kitchen and see if there's, like, some kind of, like, snacks or something that I can bring along that are not, like, something that's perishable, kind of like granola bars or whatever. Because it's going to be a long time of talking, and you never know when someone's going to need a little bit of pep. Because I have to do my part as the mom friend in this group.
Why is there a mining rig outside your window right now?
It's called... There are people that go down my street and have cars that go...
Oh, you see, I thought that was a gold dredge.
No, that was a car going down the street and shaking windows. Because
Alrighty.
people just decide to play their
And
music
you wanted
loud.
me to move to Ohio.
I mean, Ohio's not that bad.
I don't know. Ohio's pretty bad.
Anyway, Pip, you're in charge of babysitting. Keep an eye on him.
Pip
As far
and
as Pip
Kazool.
waddles up, all the kids are there, and they just lay on top of all of them.
Kazool, you
good
have to
work
help out with the
babysitting.
kids too.
Gets on top.
Nobody die or set anything on fire while we're gone.
Danny,
Hi.
6. Is he old enough to talk now?
No.
How is he relatively the same age as the other heads, or is he younger?
He is grown to the same point as the other heads,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a little younger, yeah.
So one cast of tongues would fix that.
Maybe?
Okay.
He'll speak when he's ready.
So, as you guys are being led, you are led back to Ember's office.
Hi, Amber.
As Crit, you watch as Eden unlocks the same way that they went last night,
Keeping my mouth shut.
leaving a corridor that is now walkable.
Ooh.
As you notice, this is not Ember's, the corridor to Ember's vault. This is a different corridor.
I'm not allowed in Ember's vault anymore. I'm really lucky he didn't try to kill me.
As you guys walk, you eventually find an opening at the end of a tunnel that, as you cross it, you find yourself in the dead center of a wooden indent with a table in front of you. And as you look back, the doorway that you entered is gone, and you see the Primordials and Johann standing behind you.
Oh good, Ember trapped us in here.
As you guys look around, you are in a you're definitely still in the tree, but the air is a little warmer. It feels summery. You guys are definitely somewhere very below Sylvanas' tree.
Roots. That's a lot of...
Oh.
I like the bear table. It's just bears.
Just
and
bears.
And then I'm assuming Alice's dad.
No.
Oh.
Ghost, you've seen Alice's dad? That's not Alice's dad.
I'll chime in as much, yeah.
I didn't say it out loud.
Pierce is here.
And that would be, Hamato.
With Hamato, you do see that in between the two knights
Mm-hmm.
is a okay dressed person. It's not high class, but it's middle class.
So jeans and a polo.
Remember what the word is? It begins with a D. It's a shirt.
A douche?
Dawn. Fancy shirt that begins with a D.
Isn't it like a dirt? No, that's a knife.
It's like
Doublet.
DU or something.
Doublet.
It's a doublet.
Why the fuck did Ghost know that?
I've heard.
What the
this
fuck is a
term before.
doublet?
It's the
It's like
ruffled
medieval
fancy
clothing.
shirt kind of thing.
No, it's not. It's
Oh.
not a ruffled fancy shirt. It's a medieval style shirt.
Yeah.
Like kind of like a vest.
You do see that he is standing there
Oh.
at attention with his arms behind his back.
And I'm guessing this is the silver, not silver.
That is the Platinum Dragonborn, yes.
Yes. And Kurdex down here.
Yep.
And
That
this
eat
would be
over here?
Virgil's table.
Oh, that's Virgil's.
Yep, as you see, you recognize it as, yeah, no, it was Nowhere.
Yeah.
Why'd I put no name down?
And-
Nowhere with two other imps and a very oddly dressed human, you think, male?
That's-
Oh, so this is a wild token.
Oh, that's just Satan.
Oh.
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 You see a fully armored knight with bones decorating his,
That's just Satan.
We found Sky's people, the incredibly edgy.
Great, you recognize the people next to them as the two masks and the person with the question mark mask.
Mm-hmm.
The
The
puzzler.
Quizler.
Quizler.
Yep.
Damn it, one day I'll get it right.
Then up here, you recognize Angelica.
Oh, that's Angelica. Okay.
You do not recognize the elf next
From
to
Rugrats?
the other side.
No, it's the lady that Jemima met as her mouse. Remember?
Ah.
The one that was going to like kidnap her. Eden's
I also
cousin.
see we have a Final Fantasy table.
Yeah,
I was
Where-
gonna say Thundercats, but
Oh, yeah?
looks a little Thundercatty.
In that he has...
No, okay, I see the Sephiroth more now, yeah.
Sephiroth.
So who are these guys? Can we tell?
You do not know who they are.
Alrighty, and of course, Sylvanas and his
Alice
children and
Ian.
child adjacent.
Yep.
And then who's our friend here?
That would be the monk guy,
Ah,
Master Kepkin.
and
Okay.
all of the primordials behind us.
Yep. Blue is Q. Orange is Parallax.
Mad we don't have tokens for those two. I'm mad at myself. Should have done art, but Alright. Nothing like being in the center of a whole bunch of very intimidating people.
Yeah.
also I'm noticing there's not a table for us, so I'm assuming we're supposed to be in the middle.
We get
I mean-
to stay in the middle.
You guys are basically lined up where you're supposed to be.
Okay. So what does everyone think of fives?
My Hydra. My baby boy.
They're all looking inquisical.
They're all
As you
supposed-
notice, those
they're all
two
supposed
bears,
to stay where they're at.
are both standing on their feet. They have pants on and
Wait, who has
wrappings
pants
their
on?
arms.
The bears.
The bears.
Oh, okay.
The bears.
I'm very glad the bears have pants on. Does that one do they have braided beards?
Yes.
Yes, they do.
No further questions.
As,
I'm grateful for the pants then.
As Tay steps forward, I would like to thank all of you for coming today. As we would like to go around and make sure everyone is here. Oxmanfried of the Platinum Legion, as he watches the Platinum Dragonborn does
Danny,
stand.
please don't make us do attendance again. We just got done doing it.
Okay, fine. You learn names, okay? People right next to Tay that you didn't know. Evelo. He is the representative for the Walkers of Light. The Quizler is named the Mask.
Alright.
They are the head of the Crux Incognitus.
Just so you are aware, Danny, I am actually writing up a legal complaint while this is all happening.
Okay.
Continue.
He is a lord. He is a lord.
The Bone Knight is Balfin Basker, a representative from the Black Kings. And the guy in the corner with the two werebears is Hawkrock Felborn.
Hey, that's your old uncle. Remember the one who called you nephew?
Oh.
No, that was definitely a demon, or that was definitely a higher ranked demon.
Can we just
This
clap
guy looks like
Zuradar
a-
on the back and say, "Hey, this guy must be related to you"?
Just to give like context of what this guy looks like.
Zuradar is probably like, "I have never seen that person in my life."
Oh,
Oh.
got some friends.
He was getting ready to leave the meeting.
I like the moment when his token was like perfectly aligned with baby.
What's his name, baby? Your mic's not transmitting, Danny. Still not transmitting. Still not transmitting. Oh, is that me?
We hear you.
I can't hear you.
Okay,
go.
now we hear Danny.
Now we hear him.
You learn that he is the current leader of the Malor's Marks.
Ah. Let's.
Oh. So, he goes around introducing everyone in that order. And then he would point to you. He points to your group to plead why this jury has come together today.
Oh, so we do have to talk.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna step up onto the table.
He just-
Thank you for knowing how to handle this.
Yeah, Danny?
He just watches Tay pulls out a flask, takes a hit, gets ready for this.
I clear my throat. All right, so everyone in attendance, welcome. Hey, by the way, Quizler, top corner. I'm gonna be talking to you about your about lawyers after this. Just keep that in mind. Copyright infringement. You know the deal. Okay, so you're all here because you wronged a couple of my friends over here, the Primordials, a long time ago. And they have one of them, among them, Darkon, has rightfully sought reparations in a violent manner, in a fashion that will eventually, no matter what happens, kill all of you. You will not win that. And to prove it, I bring my friend, Fives the Hydra, and his sixth head, Six, who is from an alternate timeline in which that very thing happened. Six, do you want to talk right now, or do I just keep talking in hyperbole?
He watches like he mouths, but
Jemima, cast tongues on him! Your
I'll
stick
slap
does
with-
that!
I'll slap him with tongues.
you poke him. He's like, "Ah, you bitch!
Yeah, he can talk now.
You're a bunch of filthy no goods."
Was that us or the gods?
Them,
The gods?
the gods.
Yeah. So
You know what you did.
Five,
Wow.
Six, do not pick
No,
fights.
he's fine. Just let him.
Don't pick fights with the
Kill him,
gods. I
brother.
wanna
Hydra is not
survive
trained
this.
in diplomacy.
He's a Hydra, not a diplomat. And maybe bluntness is what'll get to some of you. Because the things you did to try and usurp power just so you could have it yourself, why? Literally, dick move.
As Tay would put his hand up. So as
Hi.
a note, no one here, except for Mask, is actually no, none of us here are.
I am literally looking at Sylvanas while he says this.
Okay, he points to Sylvanas. He did something. He knows he did something. That's why he's here.
So, never mind. I thought there'd be more. Okay, so everyone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about, put your hands up.
He watches all of them.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Except for Cuddles.
Thank you. I used the wrong speech. Apologies.
And you also watch as Nowhere doesn't put his hand up, but the person next to him puts his hand up.
Fill Nowhere in while I do this. Okay. So.
You mean Nowhere fill him in while you do this?
No, Nowhere didn't put his hand up. Right?
Yeah,
So he
Because he
knows what you're
knows.
talking about.
Oh. Nowhere, fill him in. So, TLDR, before the gods came to this, you guys did not originate here. You came here. This place was originally run by the Primordials plus some extra ones that you are not here, and it was compared to now a very peaceful time. I'm talking dragons and humans used to get along here. However, there was a coup led by the original gods compared to, as I understand it, you guys go through a kind of ascension system for when a god gets too old and wants to retire, kind of like how Bob retired and now we have Kurdek.
Drinking martinis with vampires.
With vampires, weird.
I mean, there is always the option you could someday crash his party, but...
So while these sins are not directly yours, they are ones you have inherited. These Primordials were wronged. They were running a perfectly fine world, and your precursors took that from them, and in doing so, added a lot of problems. Now, we stand able to fix that. One of the Primordials not seen here today is Darkon's sister, Lyra. She was the first of the Primordials to be she was the first and only Primordial to be killed in a sense.
Air quotes.
Air quotes. We'll get to that. She was taken out by a monster so powerful that not even the original gods would fight it. They had to control it and sick it on her in a region, as you all might know, as the no-go zone in the north end of the continent. And that's where
Master Kefkin shakes his head. That is correct.
And it sits there today because it had to be contained because none of the gods could kill it. What I propose is we kill it. Because, for as powerful as it was, you can't just kill a primordial. Lyra didn't die, she fragmented. If you've ever heard of the stories of the coins that wrap themselves around a person's heart and apply special abilities and requirements onto them, those are Lyra's corpse. Those are the fragments of Lyra. If we can collect them all and activate them all, we can, after we beat the god monster, we can bring Lyra back to life and start working on repaying the debt you owe to the Primordials. Now, this is a preferable solution to the one that Darkon initially came to want. If you didn't hear about it, if y'all remember the invasion of the Shadowfell, how long ago in universe was that? Was it the 2 years ago in universe?
I think it was 2 years, yeah.
No, it was 6 months ago.
6 months ago.
The invasion of the Shadowfell 6 months ago, that was Darkon. The zombie
He's really not a bad
invasion.
guy.
The zombie invasion was Darkon. Because
I would like to add, the only reason it stopped is also because of me.
You know what? That's a valid point. I spoke with him, and
To be fair.
he agreed he would cease fire if we had this meeting. And as someone who has gotten to know Darkon, he's not a bad guy.
He's not.
He's just a... How would you feel if someone broke into your house, stole your house, kicked you out, and then sealed you away from millennia? How would you personally feel?
And killed your sister.
And killed your sister. If you got out, you wouldn't go talk to them as your first response. You would try to kill them.
Gotta burn their house down.
As shown in the movie Taken. I don't know if they steal houses in Taken. I've never watched it, but I'm gonna guess that someone gets taken.
awkward pause if we don't know what that is.
Now, this isn't the only thing that would need to happen. There would need to be, after and if this goes well, there would need to be a serious change in the balance of power. I'm talking the primordials would need to be restored to their positions as the main deities of their respective natures, and you guys would need to work with them within your individual spheres of influence. I think that is a reasonable situation where you're not sealing them away for millennia on end, and
Making them into
you
into the
aren't
realm
deprived
lunacy
of
or
existence
something.
either.
Which is they're all very much sitting there and listening to you.
I'm out. I'm tapped. I said my piece.
Yeah.
I'll answer questions.
The Master Kefkin does look at you and... Okay, so I have 3 rebuttals here.
Okay, because he's beneath me because I'm standing on the table. My head's gonna come out of my ass.
Charming.
I assumed you were.
first off-
I assumed you want eye level.
You assume you can kill the god.
Oh, I can kill the god monster. I just need help.
Hmm.
While it wrapped around my tongue, I reveal the black knife. The god-killing knife.
That won't work.
Oh no, this isn't, and I pull back in. Not the only part of the plan, but it's part of it.
Now, I will tell you, simply put,
Continue.
it is not that they couldn't kill it. It's they didn't want to.
Dun dun dun.
As you know,
Don't
You
invite the gods.
as you know, Lyra was the primordial of light. Creation. Other such things. If you were to simply kill her, she would take all those with her, as we've seen with what happens when gods die. Second, I gotta sneeze. Okay, so what they did was something much worse. As you've confirmed, they shattered her. Those coins are, in fact, her body. My temple has guarded that secret for many years. Congrats on figuring it out so easily.
It took many years.
Darkhan filled me in.
I'm gonna raise my hand.
Yep. Yes,
What
halfling.
happens if you accidentally swallowed one?
Nothing. You would either bond with you or pass easily.
It hasn't passed.
Well, then vomit.
That was
Or
days
you,
ago.
horrifying rope creature.
Hi!
Simply go retrieve it.
Okay!
Impromptu.
You watch as, like,
stomach
we'll
pump.
even assist you as you watch 2 monks climb out of her shadow and hold her mouth open.
Just impromptu.
God!
stomach pumping.
I
Is that what
start
we're doing?
wiggling into a single rope shaft.
No, don't try to
Open up,
steal.
Jemima!
Just force open your mouth. Just hold open.
Do we
your
need to do
esophagus.
this at this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk
We can
while
have
they're
an
working.
example of the coin.
I start crawling into Jemima's throat.
You easily
We
retrieve
have
it.
some already activated coins. Like, I
You
think
are-
we're up
you
to more
easily
than
retrieve it.
half.
Like, because Darkhan is literally holding them because we just give them to him.
Crit, you find it, wrap it around in your thing. It gets shrunk into you, and you just retreat, and it comes out of your hand.
Got it!
And you watch as the 2 monks let go and just climb back into your shadow.
Got it!
I feel like I need to roll some save for, like...
Would you like a mint?
You watch as you offer them in. One of the shadow's hands come out of your shadow, grab it, and pull it in.
Why did they want the mint?
What of the mint?
Permission to pass. us out.
Or do. We don't really care. Now, back to what we're saying. They didn't want to kill it. They left it there as a sign. Simply, don't fuck with us.
Well, the fact that they weren't unable to kill it means it's considerably more killable than previously thought, so that makes
He
sense.
brings up a valid point. The bar of entry has just been lowered.
A lot.
And also, the alternative to this whole thing is continued war with Darkon, where most of you eventually end up dead. So, you know.
But you see now, here's the issue. I would certainly love for peace. I would love for this to end so I can finally just move on. But now here's the issue with your friend Darkon here. As he watches, he pulls out a crystal, sets it on the table, and he watches it begins to emit a projection that shows a sealed room as the door begins to glow brighter and brighter to this room and disintegrates. As you watch as 3 people wearing golden masks walk in, ransack the place, grab a 1-inch by 1-inch cube off of a pedestal, continue to ramshack the place, and then leave, only taking that 1 cube. As you
those guys
turn,
really are assholes.
As you turn, Gineye, you automatically recognize the person who took it as your alternate.
Yeah. You say guy as if she's not a girl. So as you know, I don't know if you know this, but those are former employees.
Former employees who still have the access to merge and travel through shadows.
I mean,
As do your monks, apparently.
it's entirely possible for people to clean up the old problems.
We already flicked one of them into the sun.
But now
Like-
here's the issue. That cube.
Wait, pause
Was
before you say it. What's the name of the person who was in the cube? That from the alternate dimension.
Alistar.
Yeah, it was Alistar. Yeah, I understand.
He needs his wings back.
We met an Alistar in the timeline that Sixes is from.
So wait, what were you asking here?
No, he was about to say that that's Alistar.
No,
What was he about to say?
that cube was the only thing that dispels the beast.
Oh,
It actually dispels most.
We just have a
locks.
dispel button.
We did.
Why? Literally, why did no one tell me there's just a go to hell button?
Because
You know, I did a lot of research on how to poison large animals and how to scale that up.
I'm so
I
sorry.
learned how to refine wolfsbane into death poison.
He's like, he takes a step back from you.
I reach into Lay's bag and rip out the death poison. There is enough poison in this flower to kill you. Did you know that?
Now, don't start fights, please. Now, please don't start
I
fights.
throw them on the ground. You're telling me I learned that for nothing?
I'm sorry.
I have a bachelor's degree in botany now.
Now, please don't start fights. I thought I was the problem.
Continue. Where was that?
That was in my actual home about 4 days ago. The
I'm gonna
key-
lean to the right so I can look past him and look at Tay and squint the mask.
What?
I'm squinting at Tay.
Hey, like, looks confused.
And I resume looking at the man.
Okay. That was the only thing once charged could simply tell it to deactivate.
What's it charged with?
It's a road trip.
Okay. So this is a room full of gods. One of y'all want to locate object it?
Someone here has got to be able to see it and scry on it.
Oh, one sec. Just let me make a call. I pull up my smartphone and I dial Sylvanas.
He's literally right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking. I'm eye contact with Sylvanas the entire time while I know it's ringing in his head.
What do you want?
Hey, Sylvanas! Good timing. So we're looking for the turn off the God Beast button. And some guys stole it. Could you please tell me where that is with your ability to be connected to all of nature at once?
You don't see it. I didn't even see them enter the house.
So what you're saying is there's somewhere there's no nature.
Probably.
Okay, where are all the places on the continent that there are no nature?
He like literally hangs up and he's like, "There's nowhere that I can't see on this continent." No.
We got a long
Pocket
road
dimension?
trip. Or pocket dimension.
As
Darkon.
he turns.
I know they're not working for you, but do you have any ability to track people through those shadow portals?
Fortunately, they have their own abilities.
Oh.
Once I bestow a gift, I cannot simply just take it away.
So that mean I'm stuck with the weird overcharge thing for the rest of my life?
I mean, yes.
Yippee. Sorry, continue. I didn't mean to stop the conversation.
Okay, well that was your first thing, but we do have it on the list of things to do of killing those three, so, you know, not really changing much on our priority list.
One of them we need to see if we can actually, like, de-brainwash or whatever.
Okay, well, removing them from the equation in some form or another.
Although, Pumpkin does chime up again. As I remember correctly, the one who took it was a one Jennifer. Oh, her name was stricken off the record. It was
Jenny.
Jennifer. What?
Jenny. Wasn't it?
Full name Jennifer.
I'm looking directly
Was it Jennifer
at Gineye.
Nye?
I'm looking directly at Gineye.
What?
You know.
I do know.
Yeah. Jennifer Nye.
She was trained by a member of the tier clergy.
And then kidnapped and brainwashed, yeah.
Which, if I remember correctly, they have a part that they would like to discuss for such cases.
I turned my body so that my ass faces Hamato, which is also my head right now.
Hamato is simply sword still between his hands. As our rules dictate, the sins of the student fall on the master. I'm certain someone else here understands that ruling.
Yeah.
Are you still throwing shade at Lay?
As you watch as I have brought with us the somewhat of a peace offering for you, Darkon. Or for at least the monks that guarded everything. As he watches, he turns back, pulls off that burlap sack. It's Ty.
Oh.
He is beaten to shit.
What in the actual heck did you do to Ty?
Nothing yet, but as our ruling state, we hand him over to you freely. Kufkin, you may do as you wish. As he watches those two monks then pop out of the shadows again, grab him by both shoulders and pull him in with them.
Okay, so what exactly does Ty have to do with any of this? Jemima
As I
is sitting there with her
stated-
hand raised.
As was stated, the masters or the sins of the pupil are the sins of the master. He trained her, so he is taking responsibility.
I don't think. Okay, one question: do you know what brainwashing means?
In order for him to understand what brainwashing means,
Shh, we don't insult that. We don't do that yet.
I know what that means.
Okay,
But
okay.
now Kamato does chime in. It does not matter if they were brainwashed or not. Our traditions are very strict.
Wrong.
Well, the halflings about to get
I'm gonna waddle to face Darkon. Hey Darkon, favor
He
for
looks at
me.
you.
Don't hurt that guy that they just gave you.
I did not get him. They took him.
I thought he said it was a peace offering to him.
To the monk master.
Oh, I waddle back to face the monk master. Well, he said to Darkon, "Here is a peace offering," so I'd assume.
I misspoke. I'm sorry. I did fix that.
Sorry, I waddle to the monk dude. Hey, as a favor to me, don't hurt that guy.
And why should I owe you such favor?
Well, I did kind of stop Darkon from fucking everyone here.
Yeah, we did kind of stop a war, you know.
The zombie apocalypse
I also
ended.
Yeah, we stopped a zombie apocalypse. Also, we that elf king up north who was fucking everyone's shit, we got rid of him. Also these guys, I wasn't there, were the team who took out Zymes. Let's see, what else have I done?
We stopped, well, no.
What has Gineye done?
Oh! We can tell them about the thing you did in the, the dark
Also,
place.
I'm the guy who, what's his name? Oh god, my brain. Lich God.
Vecna?
Vecna. Oh, also, I'm the guy who killed Vecna.
He's a little taken back, like, what?
I killed Vecna.
You see all the people around the room muttering, how?
Oh, you see, I have this, and I turn my hand into an axe. I've got a special set of skills.
Very interesting.
As I, shake my hand back into a hand.
But needless to say, I don't see how this is going to end, considering that one thing was taken. So unless you can manage to get it back,
Well, yeah, we want it back to...
That.
Like, you say, unless we're going to get it back. The fact
We
that
were going to kill this thing without your magic off button.
You do realize we were fully intending on killing a god monster without the off switch. And you've told us there's an off switch?
It's an
We
off
can do it
switch,
the
and it
easy way,
takes
or
you
we can
to
do it
its
the
heart.
hard way.
Bro, wait, you say it takes you to the heart? Man, I was going to go a really weird way to its heart.
It takes you to the heart, where the rest of Lyra's corpse is.
I was going to climb in through its nose.
Okay.
Would you like a tech
Weird.
demo? We can use Jemima.
No.
No.
You're not allowed inside any orifice ever again. That was harsh. I'm sorry.
You watch as Nowhere chimes up. So, what are you possibly willing to give for information on them?
on them.
The gold mask ones?
Yep.
The world won't end.
Now, you see, the world ending only helps my master.
Does it though?
An influx of souls.
Yeah. But correct me if I'm wrong.
One time influx.
It's yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me. Hey, Pyros.
Pyros.
Pyros. Do you have any interest in that very hot, fiery place where Nowhere's from?
He looks at him and is like, I don't believe so. That
Place that's about as close as you can get to the elemental plane of fire that isn't the elemental plane of fire?
I mean, it's just a sauna, basically.
Yeah, but it is kind of your wheelhouse, is it not?
I mean, it's close to mine. It could probably break into mine from there, but depending on what layer we're on.
So as I repeat, Nowhere, it keeps things on the roughest to status quo that keeps the yes juice going.
The thing is, if the world ends, you get a large influx of souls and then no souls for the rest of ever. If the world continues existing,
Infinite
you
souls.
get infinite souls, though at a lesser rate.
Infinite
I would
souls,
say
though.
that the infinite souls is probably the better deal.
He watches, he turns and he begins to like whispers like, like he watches the person standing behind them stands up. Approximately 2 to 1.5 weeks ago, so about 8 to 15 days ago, my mistress received a visit from these golden mask individuals. They had talked maybe about 2 years ago, and she gave them a black Abershai to travel with them. With how mangled its corpse returned to us, we chose not to assist them again.
That's the like demon dragon thing.
Did we kill that one?
Yes.
Oh, that was our bad.
I was Johan at the time.
Was that the one that Adrian messed up?
Wait, what?
Probably. Remember the
The one
demon
that-
dragon thing from when I was
The
Johan?
one that Adrian like stunned and killed?
Oh, yeah, the one that we like instantly demolished? Yeah, I do.
Can I point at the monk guy and go, technically, if we're blaming people for the sins of their underlings, it would be his fault.
No, he was a madman. I'm glad to see him dead. Permanently
That's good.
now.
I'm just
Once
saying.
the soul died twice there's no coming back from that. But no, so the issue being they came up and they requested aid with transporting to the elemental plane of fire.
Hey, Pyros, that's your domain.
Pyrus looks concerned. They asked if my mistress could punch a hole between the two planes.
Ugh.
We declined and sent them promptly back on their way.
You know, holes in the
That's
wall, they're kind of
probably
against your
wise.
rental contract, yeah.
He watches like a little bit of flame comes out from underneath. You can't really see their vest. It's like they're wearing white drapey, kind of. I'm trying to think of the right word.
Cloaks, garments,
Drapes,
More-
just
Robes?
curtains.
religious
More
robes.
Egyptian styled.
Curtains.
Anywho,
It's like a veil, basically. A little bit of fire
Curtains.
comes out from underneath that veil. If not a little
Curtains.
more scorched.
Curtains.
I don't know. So, I will give you this. They are not on the material plane.
That would be why Sylvanas is not having an ability to find them, right? Right?
That would be how I could help you. When we did see them, they smelt terribly of sulfur.
there a way to drag them kicking and screaming back into the material plane so that we can beat their faces in?
As a note, they had not entered the hells for that long, so why they reeked of so much sulfur and limestone, we do not know.
To a volcano, shall we go?
They
Or hot
were
springs.
staying in a volcano. And we kind of wrecked it. Well, technically, we didn't do a whole lot with someone near and dear to our heart that will not be spoken of.
Cough, cough, blonde idiot, cough, cough.
Eden dabs.
Hey, Zuradar? In your side.
It doesn't do actual
No.
damage, you're fine.
So now, if you wish to try to find them again, that key... No, that actually makes a lot more sense now. That key requires to be... Or the charging required for that key can only be done on each of the elemental planes. Once
All
it
right.
has received all 6 charges, it will be able to open a gate and turn off the god monster.
Here's a question.
Yes.
I don't know a whole lot about the elemental planes, but I'm pretty sure that us mortals would not last long.
You're mortal? That's gross.
Unless turns to all of the primordials that are in the room. I don't know if you guys happen to have any, immunity blessings for, allies and servants, and also, the ability to open doors to your said elemental planes.
We certainly could under the right conditions. And I know Pyro says I know out of my own realm I can give immunities to the conditions there.
Okay, so the
So
problem...
it screws us with water and light.
Water
but...
and light.
If that is the case, though, there's one... Yes, the water plane would be an issue.
I can hold my breath, just have to make it quick.
Well, considering you-know-who is still swimming around.
Slime's tried to eat me once already, and I don't want to give him a second shot. I am very bite-sized.
Well, we can make that one last on the list. We could just hope that the order they're going in is the order we have access to first and can stop them before they get too much.
Also, I feel like I should clarify how I disconnected you from Zyme's soft shell. Zymes can never reconnect you. Ever. I've made certain of this. Inside you now burns a small sun.
Well, that would explain why I'm always hungry.
Yeah, so it may burn more energy, but it also makes it so that connection can... It's like trying to water a desert at this point.
Spicy.
Well-
Hey, I mean, that's at least good.
Yeah?
Hey, I have an idea.
Yeah?
The spell sending.
Yeah,
The person doesn't have to want to receive the message to receive it.
that is correct.
I'm very familiar with Jennifer Nye, as she is my alternate. Is there any way for any of you in this room to jump on the spell and figure out where it go?
Like wiretapping the phone call?
Yeah, like wiretapping the spell.
Unfortunately, the only ones who could do that would be Mistra or Monty.
I might be able to contact Monty if I tried hard enough.
Just
Hold up.
drum on your chest and
Zuradar,
see
do you
if
trust
Monty
me?
responds.
Zuradar, do you trust me?
Do
Before
I
he
have
can answer, I
choice?
shove my hand in his chest. I find the rib that has Monty's magic on it, and I just lightly squeeze it.
So just to make things a little easier for you guys, can you all just roll a quick intelligence check for me?
To see how stupid we are.
Yeah.
Gineye,
No,
couldn't we
no,
have just
no,
used
no,
commune?
no. It makes sense.
I got a nat 20.
Danny, my intelligence is to learn how to replicate the signature that he put on his rib cage.
Okay. You can continue doing that. I'm just gonna message Don something.
Oh. Neener.
What are you doing, Gineye?
Look! I need to replicate this!
Oh, do you have to caress my rib like that?
Yes, don't you like it?
Gineye.
Yeah, what's up?
You're also not allowed to do that to me ever.
Do
You
what
are
I'm
not
doing.
allowed to. You are not allowed to put any part of yourself inside of my person.
Okay. Is this relevant to what God's telling you?
No, I'm just saying. You're
Just
not allowed
adding
to do
it to the
that.
list.
Oops, I did not want to do that.
Don looks real familiar.
Thinking about it, that cube kind of looks familiar. I don't know where, though. We need to roll anything else to figure it out, because my brain's kind of blanking if it's something I've seen before.
She said
Time
it's
to look
familiar.
through my bag of holding.
Is it something that we've seen before? Could we roll a history check?
Sure, if you guys want to roll a history check or start looking through bags.
What?
Not in my inventory.
Wait, wait, do we already have it?
Ghost, as you're looking through your bag, you find a similar cube.
Wait. You said it was... No! They said it was 4 days ago, not 2 years ago.
Ghost, this is the cube you received from the mirror world.
Oh.
I have a ring with a mirror in the center. Not
No,
in my bag
he's
of
saying
holding.
you have it, you just forgot to write it down, Ghost.
Oh.
No, I think I called it a broken cubic gate, but what do you guys have it?
I didn't write it down. If I had
I'll add it to my
have-
bag then.
I have platinum egg piece, bag of eat, leadership book, fuck off cannon blueprint, and 12 metal bug carapaces. I don't think I
No,
have
Crit has it. He was the one who found the well and the cube.
Okay, if you say so.
Oh, was it down there with the Nokia?
Yeah.
I was down there with the Nokia.
I wrote
Probably
melted
has it.
Nokia phone, did not write off the fuck off cube. Sure, fuck off
That's
cube.
right. Danny said that there was a cube down there. It was like something that looked really like scary
Okay.
and intimidating.
I have it. Well, I'm fiddling around with the inside of Zuradar. I go, oh, wait a second, and I pull it out of my bag. Hey, isn't this the thing you're looking for?
Wasn't it in your mouth?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I shoved my other hand down my throat and pulled it out. Hey, is this the thing you guys are looking for?
Where did you find that?
Oh, the other timeline.
The mirror world.
I'm still fiddling with
Yeah,
Sky's
we've,
ribcage.
We've been timeline hopping quite a bit recently.
That would be the same cube.
Okay, now 1 sec. I put it down, and I yank my hand out of Zuradar. Have fun with the puncture wound. Hey,
Now you
Is
watch
he-
as
is
it
he
begins
bleeding?
closing.
What?
It's already closing. And
yeah, there's
healing.
like 60 gods in this room. Hey, Jemima. And I'm gonna make the signature that was carved in to his rib cage out of rope, and then cut that rope off and hand it to Jemima. Hey, could you use that for a commune focus?
Yeah. I will try to send a message to Monty.
You know we have literally met Monty, right? You could just call him normally.
Yeah, we need a symbol.
Oh, do you?
Inset.
Something like that.
Oh wait, that was for that was for the old kind.
I mean, still.
You could also like literally. I'm sure my door would count as a symbol. It's a blessing from him.
I'll ring up Monty.
Don't accept no for an answer. Tell him we need him here. Pronto.
Yes.
Hell, he can even come through his door. I'm pretty sure Sky could summon one.
Using command to
Yes,
summon
of
Monty.
course. Hello, God.
He picks up, it's like, hello?
Hi! It's Jemima. We need you to come to a summit
Sylvanstan
thingy
summit.
in Sylvanstan, like, immediately.
I already told Tay I couldn't make that this year.
Yeah, it's a definite emergency. We really need you here.
I'm sorry, I'm going through the tunnel.
Tell him I'm here.
You're not going through a tunnel! We need your help!
Zuradar's
tell him
here, he
I'm here,
needs
he
you.
It's a
might
matter
care
of
more.
life or death!
Tell him his blessed child needs him.
Zuradar says your blessed child needs him. Needs you.
The golden chef?
Yes. He
You're making this
requires
really
your
hard for
aid.
me.
You can request one meal of your choice to be made.
Yeah, that's...
Wait, you just have him on speakerphone.
Yeah, I've just got him on speakerphone here. Yeah, you can have one meal of your choosing from the Golden Chef.
It is so tempting.
We really need your
But
help. I
I'm
promise
literally
it will be-
stuck
I mean, can we just
Stuck
tell him
where?
what we need
in the
from him?
Underdark
Why are you stuck in the Underdark?
because my mother is home.
Tell your mom
You
have
can
to
bring
go out
her.
for just,
You
like-
can bring her.
Yeah,
bring your mom. Bring your mom.
But she's trying to put me up and everything.
She can bring your mom and treat her to the Golden Chef.
Yes.
Yeah, you can serve
Hey,
her a
Ma!
fancy dinner.
Want to go to a fancy food? She goes.
How did you know I wanted to get some food? That's his mom's voice now, Danny.
You just watch like he goes, okay, listen, he's gonna have a hard time cooking. You guys better start finding fungal wooden slime.
Oh,
And he hangs up.
Hey, Sylvanas, can you hook us up with some fungal wooden slime?
I love how this is what the meeting has become.
yeah,
As
this
you guys
super
are waiting-
serious meeting.
We're
Well,
congregating
okay,
a bunch of
you knew-
resources.
You knew the instant we were the main speakers, it was gonna turn into a
Yep.
mess.
We are congregating resources to get things done that none of them would have been able to do on their own.
Okay, so we
So-
got
Is that
Monty
a
on
yes
our
or
way.
a no on the fungal wooden slime?
I'm working on it.
Okay. I didn't know if you said yes or no. Got a little crazy over here.
Okay, so now we have off-switch cube. We have Monty for access to potentially to dimensions or tracking these masked people.
I'm
What
gonna
other
send her.
objections do you have,
I'm gonna
Monkman?
send her a solicitation message.
Well, all you need to do is go and gather a charge from the heart of each of the elemental planes.
Easy.
But you said you had 3
Well-
objections.
Don't worry, I'll call Zymes.
Yo, what?
I
What?
don't know how I don't know if that's a good idea.
He's
He-
kind
He
of
went over his objections.
Zymes doesn't have anything against me. I've never met the guy.
That's when Pierce raises his hands. I may have found a bypass for that one.
Do you just have a portal to the middle of the plane of elemental water?
No, all those closed, but we think we found a crack. And as like he waves his hand, you watch as the 2 shark people behind him move their hands. And they reveal this fellow.
Bro, that's a corpse.
It does look like a corpse.
Oh, never mind, it's a squid man.
As we found him a couple miles up from one of our deeper colonies. He claims that Zyme's firstborn is near an island 3 miles south of one of our colony.
Times had kids.
Darkon, Pyros. Your
You wanna be-
uncles now.
Yeah, you want to meet your nephew?
As he says, like,
Well, no,
This is more
Darkon's
like
a
a-
cousin.
Yeah.
this is
True.
more of a shard of sorts, an offshoot of Zymes that was created fairly recently. If you needed to get to the heart of a thing, he might be able to help you. Considering that now the traitor has been purged. What?
Text chat. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know he has
Okay.
suction carp armpits, I know.
I don't like it. Ugh.
So we got this button, but we don't know where that one gonna take us. We gotta go beat up some gold people. We're waiting on Monty. And I'm gonna be honest. Okay, who here doesn't have the ability just to teleport us literally anywhere they want?
None of them raised their hands.
Exactly. We find out where we are, you teleport us all there!
Even Kurdek can teleport us?
No, oh, I'm sorry. All of them raised their hands.
Wait, none of y'all can teleport? Seriously?
A lot of it.
Y'all some losers.
We'll have to consult Ember. I'm
Dude,
sure
they're
there's
no
something
fighting.
that we can
We can just go through
utilize.
Darkon. Darkon can just yeet us into a shadow and we'll pop out of theirs if he knows
The
where we're
reason
coming
why
from.
the Kraken Priest once again raises his hand. The reason why I bring this up is he can make a hole to the elemental plane of water.
Yeah, no, I was talking more about the golden masks. I don't want to have them send me to Elemental Plane. I want them to send me to wherever the golden masks are.
Yeah, I feel like Elemental Plane of Water, that's number 6 on our list, because that's, yeah. Let's
I
wait
think
on
at this
that one.
point, wouldn't getting Lyra back in action before they can do whatever they need, wouldn't that be the better solution?
You see, Jemima here hasn't activated her coin. My Hydra son hasn't activated his coin, and we're also missing like 6.
No,
I
I thought
don't
we're
even
missing
have.
2
Gineye?
or 3.
Gineye? I don't have a coin anymore. I cannot.
I take the coin and I put it back in your mouth.
Oh, fish it out
I
later.
spit it in your face. I can't
As
activate it. I failed that test.
Darkon does say, there is actually only one missing.
Oh. Hey, who's all good at change and isn't a god?
I think
look around.
everyone in this room, except for the
No,
the
there's
monk
plenty of
guy
not
has
gods.
some
Lay
experience.
stares pointedly at Gineye.
Oh, why didn't I think that? I slap it on my chest.
It just falls off you.
Yeah, see, I did
Lyra
think of
doesn't
that
like
leg.
you.
I already did one. I can't do another.
Does it work with automatons?
I vault over to Johan. Hey, Johan, and I tap it lightly on his head.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Does it have to be me?
I tap it lightly on your head.
Nothing happens.
Nope.
Monk dude, whose name I don't know.
Hefkin.
You. Do you know anything more about these coins?
I tap it on
Like-
Alice's head.
Nothing happens.
Eden.
Nothing happens.
Orc man whose name I forgot.
Nothing
Grug.
happens.
Grug.
He raises a sword at you.
I'm
Can
sorry,
we
Croc.
minimize
He does hate us.
the sucker boy? Very big.
I mean, it's
Oh,
up for
while I
you.
am walking around, I hand the Quizler a cease and desist letter.
Just randomly insulting a faction, you know.
What
You just,
about
like-
that? What about that one boy that helped you with the dragon or whatever? That you know, the one that.
Yeah, where's
you and
Adrian?
Gineye were gone?
Right.
Show him to me, right? Yeah.
As you hand this to them, you watch as they file it and hand you a counter to cease and desist.
I take my mask off and show my face to them.
And they take theirs off. They're just literally there's nothing in there. They put it back on.
I put mine back on. Agree to disagree?
Agree to disagree.
Moving on.
As you turn around, there's a dick drawn on your chest as well.
This is fine.
You just
Make
met
Adrian
the,
appear right
you
now.
just met the avatar of Mask, by the way.
Like just of masks or
No,
Mask.
of Mask,
The god.
the god of trickery.
okay. Make Adrian appear right now.
You watch as Adrian walks out of his shadow.
I tap the coin on his forehead.
Nothing happens.
Fuck.
Is there anything we can do to find the person that will work with the coin?
From
Or
our
is it my
understanding,
fault for screwing it up?
the coins will pick a vessel when they find it necessary.
What if we just need to put it in and it picks Lyra as the vessel?
We'll see.
And then automatically finishes itself.
I mean, alive to fragmented to back to alive. That seems fairly good at change.
Yeah!
As a note, we have 3 minutes left.
I was gonna say, is Monty showed up yet?
Monty he evaporates into the room.
What's up, Monty?
Hey!
How's the fungal wood and
Monty!
slime coming?
Some of us are like, I got the wood, I'm working on the slime.
Okay, we're still waiting a little bit on the slime. Does she want some waffles?
What are waffles?
Zuradar, hit her up with
it's-
some
it's-
waffles.
I've concocted some new inventions that totally didn't exist in a different universe before.
He watches like he puts his arm out and like wrapped arms, a very old drow woman appears into the room.
What's a waffle?
No, she is highly dressed.
She's
she's-
drow. She'd be normal.
He is dressed like high drow society.
I said, what's a waffle?
She can be dressed highly, that could be your voice.
I wish to introduce you to my mother, the head matriarch of all of the drow society on the continent.
Head matriarch.
I was told there was
she
slime.
smokes, like 5 packs a day for like 50 years.
I want my tea.
I want my slime.
Theoretically, she has lived
I
long
brought the
enough for
spider
100
eggs.
years.
I
worth
just
of
need the
smoking.
slime.
Oh, probably more than 100 years. Elves can live for quite a while.
You're gonna learn today, golden boy.
Well, as soon as this meeting's over, I can open this gift your son gave me, and we can get straight to food.
Oh,
And-
by the way,
hey,
Monty,
hey, if
Monty.
any of the gods want to come in too, I got.
Yeah, y'all want a
space.
snack break? Y'all want a
Yeah, I want a
snack break
snack.
while I talk to Monty?
Meeting can take a 5-minute recess.
Cool.
I'll summon the door.
And I think that's a good point to end.
Yep. As the gods take a snack break, we will take a break, and we'll see you next week on more NaCl D&D. Goodbye.
See ya.